He led police on a chase, then crashed into a city patrol car, sending an officer to the hospital. If American Legion, where they ate dinner, was sitting in the middle of a map, one direction would be towards Valeria's home and the 1000th block of Valley Street where they said Jacqueline was attacked. And in the complete opposite direction would be Druid Hill Park where they actually were that night.
Got it.
So neither Keith nor Valeria mentioned going in this direction or going to Druid Hill Park. During this time, police decided to dig up any more information they can on Keith and Valeria. They discover that Keith had a criminal past. In 2001, though, Keith pled guilty to robbing the same bank in Maryland 3 times in 9 months.
Come on, man.
He served 6 years of a 12-year prison sentence for robbery with a deadly weapon and for fleeing the police. In September 2000, he led police on a chase, then crashed into a city patrol car, sending an officer to the hospital. Keith Smith was pursued as a bank robbery suspect during this chase. His MO in robbing the same bank 3 times was to force all of the bank tellers to the floor at point, and over these 3 robberies, he reportedly stole $60,000. Keith was released from prison on February 9th, 2007, about 7 years before he would go on to marry Jacqueline. When police found this out, they determined that a day or 2 after the murder, Keith went to Jacqueline's workplace to get paperwork for her life insurance policy in which he was the beneficiary. Police now was like, okay, well, it was only 2 days after her death. He was already looking to get the money. Valeria is Keith's daughter, like we said, from a previous marriage, obviously making her Jacqueline's stepdaughter. In 2017, she was charged with 2nd-degree assault and disturbing the peace. Valeria Smith pled guilty to the assault charge and appeared to have been sentenced to probation. On January 4th, 2019, the police executed search warrants for data relating to Keith and Valeria's Google accounts. These records also showed that the direction their phones traveled doesn't match up with their stories. Detectives very quickly grew suspicious of Keith and his story. Investigators also thought it defied belief that panhandlers would be out that late on that deserted street corner asking for money. They were just like, this story just does not add up. Another reason for suspicion is that no evidence was found at the particular street corner to corroborate Keith's story, and neighbors of Keith's in their townhome community in Aberdeen later reported that on February 4th, Keith showed up at his home with a large moving truck. He loaded it quickly the next day, and the neighbors never saw him again.
Wow.
Neighbors found it so odd. Even one neighbor took a picture of the moving truck outside the house because they thought it was so weird.